Do you know what a personal narrative is? A personal narrative is a true story about something that has happened in your life. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to publish your personal narrative. Publishing is to finalize your work in a neat copy to share it with your family and friends. Your main goal is to make sure your work looks neat and presentable so that your peers will enjoy it. To help, you can remember to have neat handwriting, unless you are typing up your story, of course. Next, make sure to add or cut out details in the final copy that you may have overlooked while in the revising and editing process. Finally, make sure you did your best on your work and everything makes sense. If you need to add a few last-minute tweaks, it's completely okay. Just remember, next time, make sure to revise and edit a little bit more carefully. Now, let's get started. Here is the first part of my rough draft. "Do you want to ride our bikes?" my friend asked me. I nodded. We walked into the warm outdoors, feeling a rush of heat coming in as we grabbed our bikes. The sun shone as we chatted happily, biking alongside each other. We were in my neighborhood and it was a great day outside. This is so much fun, I thought. This obviously isn't my very best handwriting. I remember to try harder in my final draft. Now, I can check to make sure I haven't missed anything while revising and editing. Looks like I haven't. Looking at this part of my story, I can see that I have tried my very best. After checking the rest of my rough draft and correcting my mistakes, I can write my final draft. Make sure, if you're not typing up your story, to write it on a clean piece of paper with your best effort. Here is my final draft. "Do you want to ride our bikes?" my friend asked me. I nodded. We walked into the warm outdoors, feeling a rush of heat coming in as we grabbed our bikes. The sun shone as we chatted happily, biking alongside each other. We were in my neighborhood and it was a great day outside. This is so much fun, I thought. "Do you want to see how fast we can ride?" I asked. She nodded. I went first. So I started riding as my friend timed me. I have to go really fast, I thought. I sped up, the wind howling after me. "Don't go too fast or you might fall," my friend warned me. I ignored her and began to focus on making a sharp turn that was right ahead. Seeing that my bike was too close to the curb, my eyes rounded. My bike was much too tipped over, so when I tried to stop my bike, I fell. Thud. My head was like an ocean and the waves were crashing down. I slowly got up and my friend hurried to me. "Are you okay?" she asked worriedly. I nodded, trying not to cry. My wrist pained, desperately calling for help, and my knees could barely bend. "I'm fine, thanks. Would you carry my bike up the steps? I can't leave it in the middle of the road, you know," I said, my voice wobbly and dizzy. With that, I slowly walked up the steps, as best as I could, and opened the door wide. My whole body was in a lot of pain, so I started crying. My mother ran to the living room and saw me covered in blood. I explained the whole story to her, and she tried to make me feel better. Later that afternoon, someone rang the doorbell. My friend and her dad stepped inside, and she came in to see me. "I'm so sorry," she said, hugging me. I told her that it wasn't her fault at all, and smiled. I had a great friend and an awesome family. Next time, I will try to be more careful when I'm riding my bike. The end. Now, after making sure I had done all the things I mentioned earlier, I can share my story with my family and friends. You have now completed writing a personal narrative. That's it! Now you're done, and if you haven't already, you can check out my previous videos in this series of how to write a personal narrative. Also, please make sure to give a thumbs up and please subscribe. If you have any suggestions for upcoming videos, please say so down in the comments section. Thanks, and see you next time!